Hi, my name's Gareth, and this is a demo of a new AI-powered analytics workspace developed for prototyper.ai customers. It's powered by fine-tuned GPT models and makes data more accessible for analysis with the help of AI. And today, I'm excited to walk you through this new AI analytics experience and show you how it works. So let's get started. Okay, so I've already pre-authenticated Google Analytics' API and now have access to GA4, Google Search Console, and Google Ads data. And the first thing that you'll notice in this workspace is a KPI section. And so let's create a new KPI. So I'm going to click on that, and it opens up a KPI builder. Here I can describe a KPI, and I can also explore a KPI with AI across 4 different dimensions. So let's describe a KPI that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in primary CTA click conversion rates on my landing pages. And I want to segment this data by device category and maybe the source of traffic. And I'm going to click back here on the KPI description and just hit enter in the text box. And it's going to generate a KPI card. All right, that looks good. And so what we see here is our card. I can edit the name of the card, so just to make it a little bit easier to read. And you also see some numbers, obviously. So the 32% represents the number for yesterday, and that is compared to the previous period's worth of data. So that negative 41%. We also have some trend lines below. So that is the hourly data for this KPI. So the solid line is the yesterday's data, and the dashed line represents the previous day. Up top here we have an API query, so you can see what the model actually built. So this is the query that GPT built. So just taking a quick look at this, it looks pretty good from my standpoint. I created this event in Google Analytics, so this looks like what I asked for. So that's great. So I'm going to go back to card view. I'm going to save this KPI to my dashboard. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to refresh. Perfect. All right, so it's saved, and what I see here is my primary CTA click rate is 32%, and it's down 41% versus the previous day. That's not good. I got to figure out what the heck is going on here. So let's click on this little 3-dot icon up top, and I'm going to open up this KPI Explorer menu. And in this menu, you have the info that you just saved around your KPI and how you want to explore it. It has the API query if you want to recall that and maybe use it as part of a Jupyter Notebook analysis or whatnot. And it also has some data or some filters, some quick access filters to filter by different time frames. But what I'm really interested in using this tool for, is to understand what's going on here. Why am I down 41% versus the previous period? So let's click on this Generate AI Insights button in 1 second. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this KPI and we're going to segment it by device category and session source. And we're going to see if the AI can figure out what's driving that number down. So let's hit Generate AI Insights. And so it's going to try and summarize all this data, and we'll see what happens. All right, perfect. So we see that yesterday we had a click rate of 32%, 41% decrease. We see that desktop users are down 83%. We see direct session is down 100, and we don't see any growth there. So that looks like a pretty interesting summary. I like the format, and I've actually included some of the raw data below. So this is still very much an experimental feature. It's not always going to be 100% accurate, but I like the first draft that it produces. I could easily edit it. I can look at the raw data because I know that that is factually correct. And let's just take a quick scan at a couple numbers. So we see desktop users down 83%. That's correct. Direct sessions. Let's see, that's down 100%. So first glance, pretty good. I think it would be interesting to maybe fine tune this to make it even more accurate over time. I know that these models are also going to get more accurate over time, so that's really exciting. So just kind of setting it up so that we can benefit from future improvements to the model, I think makes a lot of sense. It'll also be interesting to maybe test this out with GPT-4. Right now, it just uses a GPT 3.5 model, and maybe also test out Gemini Pro. Like that would be pretty cool because this is Google Analytics data. So overall, pretty happy with this KPI Explorer tool. It's meant to help you explore your data a lot more quickly. Okay, so let's close this. And the next thing I want to show you is forecasting. So let's forecast our KPI that we just built. So I'm going to click on this new forecast button. I'm going to type in primary CTA click conversion rate. And what it's going to do is it's going to forecast out a quarter's worth of data. So for this current quarter, and it's going to do that based off of last quarter's data. And so I actually included the last quarter's data, so you can see there's a lot of data here from last quarter. And so it's using that data to help just forecast out a simple baseline forecast. It's powered by Meta's profit model, and it shows what our current primary CTA click conversion rate is for this quarter to date. So it's only been a couple of days. We see that the model produced a target of 31%, and we're 12% above the forecast, which is a positive start to the quarter. Here's the API query that the model used to build this data set, and then there's also the forecasted data that was used in Profit. So I'm going to save this as well because I want to track my progress and I want to prove this KPI over time. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to just refresh just so we can kind of get back to a base level page. And I'm going to show you this next section around analysis. So I want to use AI models to help make it easier for people to access data and to make better decisions. Like I don't want to be spending all of my time building dashboards. I actually want to be analyzing my data, right, and taking action on my data. So I created some functionality using a fine-tuned GPT 3.5 model to help me create like a prompting system where I can prompt the Google Analytics 4 API and just ask it questions about my data, like over the past 30 days, like, can you pull this data or that? And it's really, really been fascinating to kind of use this product and I feel closer to my data is what I'm trying to say. So let's kind of stick with this theme of the primary CTA click, and I'm going to do a search using GPT to pull up some data for this primary click conversion rate. So let's let me just do where do we want? Let's do this one. And so those are saved prompts. And so this prompt is going to pull data for the past 30 days, primary CTA click conversion rate trended by date. And so we're going to see what that looks like. It usually takes a few seconds or so to build. All right, perfect. So that looks really good. Like I said, this is using a fine-tuned GPT 3.5 model. We can also see, because we saved this prompt, we can see what the actual payload was to pull that data. And whenever you save prompts, you can actually rerun them a lot quicker. You don't have to ask the model to rebuild the API query. It'll just kind of take the existing query and then just fetch the data and then just do a high level kind of analysis. And so you can chat with GBA4 API using GPT. It's really an interesting way to kind of work. Also, you can save this. So this is an analysis stream. That's what I like to call it. And you can just kind of save that right there if you want to kind of save some data. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the workspace and also just kind of show you, like, whenever you save any analysis streams, your data just kind of lives in here. And so these are just some conversations that I've had testing out the GPT GA4 AI that I built. So it's really interesting. I'm also looking to build out a prompt DB so that we'll have a library of prompts so that it's a lot easier for people to run some high level kind of analysis. So this is all powered by a GA4 agent, which is that fine-tuned model that I was talking about. And so you can see that agent is actually active in these conversations right now. You can click on this data agents button, and it'll bring up some other agents that I've started to build. And now I'm going to show you this optimizer agent, what it can do. And so I'm going to use the optimizer agent in this section. This is the growth project section. And so essentially it's a Kanban board of all of your projects that you're using to grow your data or grow your KPI in your product, right? So it's built around helping you optimize around 3 areas of your business. So user acquisition, product engagement, and user retention. So I'm going to just have our optimizer agent just create me a quick test plan. So let's say I've done like some analysis and I'm going to create a test plan for a new headline that appears on the homepage, featuring copy about using AI to support your data analysis. I'd like to grow the primary CTA click rate, or maybe even the sign up rate, by 10% over its current 34% level. So we can click on this, and it'll add this to your current analysis stream. So what's really interesting about this is you could potentially build a bunch of different agents and have them all kind of talk to each other and help you get data stuff done. So here we go. So I put together this first draft of an experiment plan for your review. And so it's created a hypothesis that you can test. So updating the homepage headline to feature copy about using AI to support data analysis will result in a 10% lift. So that looks great. And it has also created the plan. So at least a first draft of a plan. So you can start to fill this out and you can update your hypothesis. You can, when it's done, whether or not it's true or false. Here's your key learnings you can add from your experiment that you may run. It started to create an experiment design, which is cool. You can also add in your any sort of creative that you have around your experiments, and you can also link to data from around the web. So that's really exciting. And last but not least, there is a section for next steps. So you can start to build like a library of learnings about your A/B testing program or your growth program, and have that eventually searchable by AI. And I think that's going to be pretty amazing in the future. So let's go back here. We're going to go back into our analysis stream. And I'm going to show you one more thing right here underneath at the bottom. So there's a section here for that's going to be dedicated to dashboards that's focused around acquisition, engagement, and retention. I have some legacy dashboards that I've created, and I also have some links to this dashboard generator, which I'm not going to go through right now because I know this demo is going a bit long, but I do have a link to that if you want to check that out. So that's the demo. This is the AI workspace that I'm building for analytics. It's called Test Center. It's currently in closed beta right now. I'd love for you to check it out. I'm looking to partner with a team to help build this out and make it even better. So if that's you, please sign up for prototyper.ai. There's a link within the app where you can connect to AI analytics and you can sign up for this exclusive beta. So that's my demo. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thanks again, and have a great day. Cheers.